How's it, Wayne?
Hi, Taufik.
I'm over here in the shadows.
I can see you there.
You're unlikely to come up against the same kind of challenge tomorrow as you did against Pakistan. I think they're just such very different teams. Are you almost happy to get that kind of performance out of the way and now get back to sanity, as it were?
Yeah, I think obviously it's a crucial game for us tomorrow. But having said that, I think especially in like T20 cricket, teams get closer. When it's a short game. So we still have to play well to beat them. I think obviously the quality side they've shown that they can play good cricket, and hopefully it's only in patches. And if we bring our A game, I reckon we should have enough.
And everything is quite uncertain at this stage. Who goes where and all that kind of thing. How do you deal with that, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow?
I think for us it's just about trying to stay in the moment, trying not to focus too far into the future. We have to tackle tomorrow firstly, make sure we win, and then Father will probably tell us where we're going to be.
And then personally for you yourself, you've had a pretty solid tournament, and you've come through a lot to get here. How have you managed to do that to stay in the game for this kind of amount of time and put in the kind of performances that you're doing here?
I think probably just having clarity around my role. And just trying to perform that to the best of my ability. I think maybe in the past trying to be a different type of player, but now there's clarity. Captain and coach they've given me a clear plan and a clear kind of goal to go and execute, and I'm just trying to do that to the best of my ability every single game.
Any others from the floor?
Wayne, the Chokers tag has always been hung around the necks of South African teams for long. Is it time you shrug that off and probably go ahead and win the tournament?
I think that's probably the only way to kind of get rid of it, if you want to call it that. It's always going to be there. So I think when we get that first trophy, hopefully it'll go away. But until then, I think it's always going to be there. It's just something you have to deal with.
Yeah, and about your form, you've really been good form. And how important is it for the other pacemen also to fire? And you've all really gone around your work like a gang. So a word in that.
Yeah, I think certainly it's more about the unit than the individual. I think you've seen over the past few games that different guys have put their hands up. And it's about trusting it as well. I think we have world-class bowlers throughout the unit. So it's just about trusting it.
Compared to a few other teams in the group, you people appear more sorted because you know that there's not much of NRR to look at and points to look at. Do you think that'll eventually gives you a lot of confidence going to the match because you don't have to think about the other factors around it? How much of a comfortable situation to be in?
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. So again, it's just about going out and just playing good cricket and obviously trying to win the game. It's a pretty simple equation for us.
On Zoom, we'll start with Leighton, then Zahir.
Thank you, Sips. Morning, Wayne. Morning from Cape Town. Wayne, just on the team. It's been in the past that South Africa left it too late a lot. Why do you think that is the case mostly in international tournaments, and do you feel it's the best way that we do things aside?
That's a very difficult question. I think now it's just pretty simple. If you actually look at it, tomorrow is basically a quarter-final. And then obviously if we win that, we go to a semi-final. If we win that, we go to the final. So in a way, it's actually worked out well where we're under a certain amount of pressure to obviously get through. But I always like to look at it from a positive point of view where it's basically a quarter-final. And obviously if we win that, then we're into the semis. So it's just about winning it, really.
Zahir?
And then
Oh, sorry. You can go ahead, Leighton.
Thank you. Just on that knock-off timber, have you chatted to him about what that does for your confidence, especially going into this quarterfinal that you mentioned? And do you feel that there's something around your batting that you can contribute as well?
Yeah, I think I've been pretty disappointed with my batting, if I'm honest. It's not through a lack of trying or working hard in the nets. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to trusting my preparation. I think it's the same thing, obviously, with Temba. He's been preparing well every single game. Yes, he obviously hasn't scored the bulk of runs, which you'd obviously have liked to have scored. Got some runs the other night and looked in really good touch. And I think it's for every single member of the squad to just trust the preparation. On any particular day, we have multiple match winners, and everyone believes that. So it's just about rocking up and trying to do the business.
Zahir?
How's it, Barney? Barney, you've played your first T20 way back in 2009 already, and been part of like 7 ICC tournaments. Is there a difference? Can you feel a difference in this camp compared to like all the other times that you've been around?
Absolutely,
and what
yes.
would the difference be?
I think the first thing that really stands out is the unity. I think people really enjoying other people's successes. I think also, everyone just trusting each other. Not really looking at like 1 or 2 players to put in performances for us. I think also everyone's hungry to obviously go the distance. So yeah, that's probably the one thing that really stands out for me.
And Barney, there's a photo floating around of you guys the fast bowlers in a lift, in an elevator. Just are you guys that close off the field? Does it help when you guys go on the field in terms of just spending time away from the game? So when you get on there, like you say, trust each other.
I think it's certainly something that we've tried to do. Just trying to spend time together, try and actually talk about cricket as well. I think that's probably something that has kind of been lost, with like social media and like phones and all of that. After games, you generally pick up your phone, you're on WhatsApp, you're on social media. So we actually made not really a pact, but it was something that we spoke about. I think it could have been back in India in June, just to actually have moments where we just talk about cricket, talk about games that have gone past, what we did well, what we could have done better, and just learning. I think that's the nice thing as well is, all of us are at different stages of our careers. We've played different amounts of games, and it's just about taking on the experience that we've picked up, and just trying to help people get better. And I think that's the sort of key thing for me, is that there's a genuine want for people to firstly do well, but then also for your partner to also do well. We saw the game against Bangladesh. Shamsi was in. He got a bag of wickets. Then we went to Perth. Shamsi didn't play. Lungi came in, bowled well, got a bag of wickets. Then we went back to Sydney. Then obviously both of them played. So it's then also about trusting the selection, and then trusting the unit to obviously do it.
Ankur?
Hello, Owen. So,
Hi.
in last matches, we saw you bring out the Ronaldo's new celebration after dismissing Babar Azam, and in last matches against India, you bring out this. So, what's the reason behind this?
It's the Ronaldo celebration. He's always been one of my favorite footballers, and I've obviously followed his career quite closely. And I think I've kind of taken on some stuff that he's been going through, as a professional athlete and someone that's very competitive and passionate about, doing well. And that's something that I've always wanted to do, as well as, contribute to the team's success. And it's just about having fun as well. I think it's, we're very lucky to be playing this sport, and to be able to do it on this world stage. Obviously, there's no COVID, so we have fans back, and it's just about entertaining everyone.
Umesh, we'll close with you.
When I have just a question, as looking at the importance of tomorrow's game, so will there be any changes in the 11, or can we expect Miller back into the 11?
You'll have to watch. What time do we start? 10:30 tomorrow. You'll have to check the toss at 10.
And on that note, we will close this press conference. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Pani, for your time.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Good luck, Pan.
Thank you.